I graduated recently from the John Marshall Law School in Chicago, Illinois, and I'm going to talk to you today about taking the bar exams. More specifically, how the bar review process is structured and how it's been for me as a student going to the bar review in Chicago. And so what I'd first like to do is talk about the calendar. Okay, so let me just, I put it on the wall, and it's been really helpful to have it on the wall, and it looks a little complicated, but I'm going to explain it. So here we have the condensed version of the end of May, the month of June, and the month of July, all on one piece of paper. Okay, so every day has a subject. That's the subject corresponding to what you're going to have at lecture that day and what you're going to do for homework. Then here is what we have. We have BARBRI's PACE program, and this just lays out everything that's on this calendar in a fuller format and tells you what you do before the class, what the lecture is, what you should review, and this is your homework assignment for the night. And that goes down all the way until you're down here at the bar exam. So just a little foundation here. And by the way, today's July 1st, 2010. 4th of July is Sunday. I'm psyched. I'm wearing my patriotic American shirt. And I just cannot wait for the weekend. Just got out of class today. Today we had equity with Richard Convisor, who invented BARBRI. And tomorrow we have our first simulated full MBE multiple choice exam, which is 6 hours long. So it's going to be a stressful day tomorrow, and I'm going to be ready to enjoy the 4th of July. So let me start off with talking about when this whole bar review process starts for the student, and at least what I know up to this point. So BARBRI is the main game in town, but recently Kaplan has come on the scene. Kaplan bought the PMBR brand of multiple choice bar review products, and Kaplan has now become a full service bar review in the state of Illinois, and in many other states as well. Okay, so I graduated on May 23rd. That was a Sunday. Well, May 17th to the 22nd, the week before I graduated from law school, I started my first week of bar review with Kaplan. I'm enrolled in BARBRI now, but I did a week with Kaplan, which I paid extra for. And in that week with Kaplan, it was the 6-day-long week. We did one subject of the MBE every day. And the 6 subjects of the MBE, which is the multiple choice version of the bar exam in Illinois, we take that on the 2nd day. It's a 6-hour exam on the 2nd day of the bar exam. And there are 6 subjects. There's constitutional law, criminal law and procedure, contracts law, real property, torts, and evidence. Those are the 6 subjects. Okay, so May 17th, a week before I've graduated from law school, but I was done with classes at this point, I started Kaplan. So what did we do? We went to the campus of the Northwestern Law School, and we got to class at 9 a.m., and at 9:01 we were taking a multiple choice test. 50 questions. That took 2 hours. So we were done by 11. We went to lunch. We came back from lunch. At noon, a video appeared on the screen, and we watched for 3 hours a guy on the video go through questions 1 through 50 and tell us the answer and tell us why it's the right answer. We did one subject a day for 6 days, okay? Well, as soon as that was over, I graduated on that Sunday, May 23rd. The next day, BARBRI started in earnest. And the first 5 days of BARBRI were similar. BARBRI does it a little bit differently. Instead of doing 50 questions and reviewing, you do 25 questions, and you get through 2 subjects a day. So you're done with all 6 of those subjects in the first 3 days. And then you take a 100-question MBE exam, simulated MBE exam, and then you go over that. That's how you make up the first 5 days of BARBRI. Both programs are pretty similar. They're both helpful. Okay, so then now that week's over, you got at least 1 week of bar review under your belt. I had 2 at that point, and so then what you do, now you're getting into the substantive lectures, and there are, as I said, 6 big subjects, and those are the subjects that are on the MBE. But then there's like 17 more subjects that could be tested on the bar exam on the essay portion. And by the way, just a note here, I'm not in, you know, like the engine room of some frickin' boat or something. This is just, you know, what passes as a cheap apartment in Chicago. But it's nice and quiet and a great place to study, so that's good. Back to the matter at hand. So for like for like the second week of your bar review, you walk in, you had that week of preview where you did the multiple choice questions. Now you're in the first now you're in the first week of nuts and bolts lectures on the subjects. So the first week we had Richard Conviser do torts for us, and so torts was a 2-day lecture. So so I'm in the morning section. There's 3 sections offered a day. The morning section has live lecturers. Those lectures are videotaped by a professional videographer in the auditorium. He puts them in a digital format and puts them online, and then they're played in the afternoon and again in the evening. But the number of people that come in the afternoon and evening is significantly smaller. I think we have 1,000 in the morning and 25 or so in the afternoon and the evening. So it's almost empty. Okay, so what do you study when you're at what do you use when you're at the lecture to take notes? Or you use handouts that come out of this book, the Illinois Lecture Handouts book. And as you can see, I've torn the it's all perforated, and what you do is you rip out the handouts you need for the particular subject you're studying that day, and you bring those handouts to class with you. And I'm going to talk about those in the next video.